All right, we're getting ready to make salmon toss with vegetables. So we have this gorgeous piece of salmon. It's the tail side. It's very lean, or it's quite lean anyway. We got zucchini that's about two-thirds to three-quarters of a pound, two small zucchini. I got two good size Japanese eggplant. You can use dusky eggplant as well. I'll just use the same method that I'll show you. We have a few cloves of garlic. I like a bunch of garlic in my dish, so that's about four or five, and a pretty good sized onion. So all this is going to either be stir fried or boiled. Broiled, I mean. And then we're gonna stew some tomatoes with parsley and basil and salt, and then mix it all up together. All right, so time to cut up the vegetables. And I'm not cutting them too thin. Do you know why, Aparna?
Why?
Because then I don't want it to be too cooked. When I'm enjoying it, I want it to be um, just cooked, not mushy. And I'm, as you can see, slicing the eggplant about 3/8 of an inch, between 3/8 of an inch and half an inch, probably not half an inch, 3/8 of an inch. Again, don't want the eggplant to get overcooked. Just cook it enough, and I'm going to be broiling the eggplant as opposed to the zucchini that you just saw me cutting, which I'm going to just sear in the pan. All right, I've lined up, or I've sprayed, I should say, the aluminum foil on top of a cookie sheet with oil, and I'm just arranging the discs of eggplant that I've cut. All right, so all the eggplant discs have been arranged on the cookie sheet, and I'm going to now spray from the top with my um, oil spray. If you want to use olive oil spray or even brush it instead of spraying, I like to spray because it is less greasy that way. But you can brush the top of the eggplant if you'd like. All right, so the oven is on high broil, and I'm about to put the eggplant in there. And this will go in for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'll observe it for after 3 minutes and see if it needs another minute. All right, so I have a pan that's been heating up for a little while. I've sprayed it with oil. Again, I don't pour oil, I just spray it with oil. And you can tell from the sizzle it's hot. And I'm going to sear the zucchini. Yeah. I'll sear the zucchini for a couple of minutes on one side, spray it on top, flip it, sear it on the other side. Alright, so it's been 3 minutes of broiling. Let's see, a little bit of browning going on here. We're going to do it one more minute so it browns a little bit more, and then we're going to flip the eggplant. Alright, it's been 4 minutes. Now can you focus on that? You'll see how it's nice and brown. And we're going to flip it now. Okay, and in the meanwhile, the zucchini is ready to be sprayed on top and flipped. So I'm just spraying right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Alright, so this has been flipped, and I'm going to put the stove up to medium and cover this for 2 minutes, and they'll be done. Just flipping the eggplant, and I'll lightly spray them on the other side before they have to go to under the broiler for 3 to 4 more minutes to get the other side done. Alright, so these have been flipped, and I'm just going to spray them on top, and they'll go back into under the broiler for 3 to 4 minutes. Alright, so the zucchini has been going for 2 minutes on the other side, and it should be done. I'm just using my finger because I'm brave. Yep, it's done. That's it. Alright, so I have this big dish in which I'm going to put the sauteed zucchini, and I'm going to put the broiled eggplant in there, and I'm just going to cover it up a little bit just so that everything stays warm. Alright, I'm ready to sear the salmon as well in the same pan that I had the zucchini. You can see the bottom of the pan's a little brown, and that's not a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and season the salmon with salt and pepper on both sides, and then go ahead and put that into the medium hot pan. All right, in the meanwhile, the eggplant, look at the second side.
Oh,
So that's done as
nice.
well. Yep. I'm going to turn the broiler off and I'm just going to leave the eggplant in the oven. That's going to allow it to cook for a little bit. Salted and peppered this one side. I'm going to go ahead and put it in, like I said, the medium temperature pan. And while it's in the pan, I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper this other side. I'm going to let it only cook for a minute on each side in a medium hot pan. Alright, as you can tell from I have salt and peppered, the oven's hot. Salt and peppered the salmon. It's gone for about a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and flip it. And do one more minute on the other side. And that's cooked enough for it to go back into the pot for later. Alright, so the salmon's basically cooked about a minute on each side. And now I'm going to put it in the same pan with the zucchinis. And the eggplant's going to go in there next. And then the onion and such. Alright, so the salmon's in there. Alright, I'm just going to slice up the garlic. And then I'm going to chop up the onions. See them? Pretty thin, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do just chop up the onions and saute them in the pan, and then put the tomatoes and spices in there. Alright, so I sliced up the garlic, I've chopped up half the onion, and Aparna wanted to video me to doing the other half of the onion. And now it's time for this to be stir fried. Alright, the pan's hot again, and I'm going to slice the garlic in there. And you can tell from the sound that the pan's hot. And all I'm going to do is actually saute this for 3 or 4 minutes until the onion caramelizes a little bit, and it'll go into the same dish or same pan with the rest of the stuff that I've already cooked. And then we're going to do the tomatoes with parsley and basil and bring it all together. Alright, so the onions and garlic have been cooking for a couple of minutes. I'm probably going to give it a couple more minutes until they're brown, and then they come off. Alright, I did get these out of the oven. They are soft, so they're perfect for to go back in the overall dish. The onions are caramelized. I'm going to take it off the stove now, and I'm going to go ahead and put it with the rest of the stuff. And as you can tell, the bottom of the pan has browned quite a bit. It's all yummy good stuff. It's going to go back on the stove here in a second. And I'm going to start that now with tomato. And that's a can of organic diced tomatoes. And the heat's on medium. I'm going to evaporate some of that juice and then add the herbs. Alright, if you notice here, Aparna, see? The brown in at the bottom of the pan's gone.
Yeah.
Because I've scraped it with the tomato. So now it's ready for me to put salt, parsley, and basil in it. So I'm going to do that in a second. Alright, the tomato is boiling. I just went ahead and put about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, because this is what's going to flavor the dish. I'm going to put about 5 or 6 tablespoon equivalent, 1/4 cup, 1/3 of a cup of parsley, and then there's basil, which is about 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'm going to mix that up, cover this up, and put it on low, cook it for a couple of minutes, and then the rest of the stuff goes in. Alright, so it's ready, it's all combined together, and I'm going to cover it. Put this on low, and pay attention to it in about 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, so the tomatoes have been cooking for a couple of minutes on low, covered. So they're getting cooked. And they have the parsley and basil with them, and salt. And now it's time to put the rest of the stuff in. with it. So look at the gorgeous onions.
Wow.
And
It's yummy.
the salmon, right, and the zucchini. That's all gonna go in. Nice. And the salmon's in one piece. Look at how
Wow.
it is, right? So I'm just going to break it up a little bit. That's it. That's it. Just leave it in large chunks still. And I'm going to toss this a little bit before I put the eggplant in. Keep going. What do you think of this mess?
Looks delicious
Yeah,
and
delicious.
colorful.
Delicious mess? Yeah.
Yep.
Delicious, colorful mess.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to go ahead and put the eggplant in there, which is also already mostly cooked. It's been broiled both sides under the broiler for about 8 minutes total. How's all this gonna fit? Right? There you go, look at that. See? You can see the onions,
Yeah.
tomato, you can see the garlic. See? See the piece of garlic right there?
Yep.
So, and basil and parsley. So, once this all gets mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and put it on low and cover it up and let it all simmer together for a few minutes. And I literally mean few minutes because I don't want it to overcook. And all right, so it's all been mixed in and it's all pretty hot right now. I'm going to go ahead and cover this up and turn it to low, and in about 5 minutes it'll be ready to serve. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it to low. 5 minutes, we're done. It's ready to serve over rice. Okay, there you go. Salmon toss with vegetables is ready. What do you think?
Looks great.
Yep, all it needs to be done is served over rice. So you're going to taste it in a second here?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. Salmon toss and rice. It's ready for Aparna to try it. Let's see. You can see the garlic in there, onion in there, the zucchini, eggplant, tomato, salmon, and obviously parsley and basil all over the place. Aparna, give it a try. Tell me what you think. Too hot? Zucchini cooked? Good deal. How do you like it?
Very good.
Very good. All right, success. All right. Enjoy.